is the men's 4x400m relay.
It is a tremendous pleasure to finish the World Athletics Championships with two 4x4 races. So dramatic, so tense, and this action will play out over these races. They're going to take just under 3 minutes total, if all being well. This is the team from Great Britain and Northern Ireland. They're starting off with Alex Haydock-Wilson, trying to get themselves out of trouble early doors, and they're going to finish with Lewis Davey and Ria Mitchum, two of the athletes that picked up a silver medal in the mixed 4x4 on the very first day of this championships. Charlie Dobson will take the second leg. This is the team from the United States. It was a world record in the mixed 4x4 and a win for them. It was a win in Eugene. They had Michael Norman that time round, but this quartet are formidable. They've added in Quincy Hall and Vernon Norwood, front-loaded the squad with those two. Justin Robinson will take the third leg. And then Rai Benjamin, with all his hurdle strength, will anchor this quartet. French athletes are up next. Smoothie Vallant, Giles Billon, David Sombe and Theo Adant. Sombe and Adant ran really well in qualification. For me, those two in real form, I wouldn't leave them at the end of the quartet. They could be out of it by then and running through traffic to try and push themselves up the rankings. Lane 6 will go to Jamaica. Roisin McDonald was great yesterday qualifying this team for the final, where Sean Clark goes second. Sandrian Barnes had a good leg as well in qualification, and Antonio Watson, the individual champion, is added into this quartet. He will do their fourth and final leg. Now this quartet, what a night last night. They catapulted themselves to a new Asian record, 2:59.05, to qualify in second behind the United States. Let's hope that this quartet have recovered. It's all four of them returning again. Yahai, Jacob, Viriatodi and Ramesh, the quartet for India. The Italians take lane 4. It's a great silver medal for them in the men's 4x1 last night. What could they do here over the longer sprint relay? Eduardo Scotti, Riccardo Melli, Lorenzo Benatti and Davide Ray. Netherlands go in 3. Isaiah Boas is going to lead off. That's a very nice little dance, very coordinated. Let's hope they're as smooth as the baton. Terence Agard and Isaiah Klein-Ickink had very good runs yesterday in qualification. Ramsey Angela comes in for the third leg, replacing the Marvin Bonavacia. The final athletes on the tight inside lane, the team from Botswana. Zebane Ngozi, Abaloki Tebe, Leonie De Chatello and Lungo Scotch, who had a very good run in qualification, 44.3 the time attributed to him. He will anchor this quartet.
But how good is this relay going to be?
Alex Haydock-Wilson in lane 9 there. The British team were keen to have a strong start here in the 4x4, get out of trouble, stay away from the traffic. But Haydock-Wilson with lane 9, that's a tough job. He hasn't got any other athletes to gauge his effort off, and it's a long stagger as well in the 4x4. They don't break onto the inside until the 800-metre break point. A whole lap and 100 metres in lanes. So Haydock-Wilson is going to have to gauge his effort absolutely perfectly. Ngozi of Botswana, the other end of the spectrum, he's in lane 2. All the athletes to aim at outside of him. Botswana was 6th last year in Eugene. The absence of Belgium, they didn't qualify here for the final. There could be a bronze medal up for grabs. It was gold for the United States, silver for Jamaica next time round, and they return very strong quartets here for the final of the men's 4x4.
Set.
They're away, no problems. As I said, these men are going to run in isolation for this whole first leg. Sure, we will see some athletes overtake other athletes, but look how big that stagger is. The name of the game right now, pace your effort absolutely perfectly. The strong United States squad led off by Quincy Hall. He's the first man to ruin the order. He's trying to put up alongside Alex Haydock-Wilson. Haydock-Wilson, for me, just responding there, realising he's been caught by Quincy Hall. Quincy Hall was a great individual competitor, picked up a bronze medal, so he's going to be a strong lead-off leg runner for the United States, but he's stalling here, Quincy. Jones, he's changed the baton in his hands, he's treading water, but he is going to maybe pass the baton off in the lead. Wow, the other teams have come back into into it so strongly there as Quincy Jones faded in the last 50 metres.
He was really working, but it was a good effort to get past the British athlete, because Haydock Wilson ran a mid-44s last year, but look at Norwood down the back straight. It's been the best season of his career. But the Jamaicans are beginning to close with Rashawn Clark, and look at this. Coming round the outside, the French. What a storming leg by Biron.
There was me saying the French had left their best runners on third and fourth, but Biron holding on to second place here. It's going to be a messy changeover behind. This is why you want strong runners at the start. Quincy Hall did manage to hand that baton over to Vernon Norwood. He's run supremely well. He jumps off onto the infield, very nimble. Good running here from Great Britain and Northern Ireland. They've got themselves just ahead of the French team in that changeover. They must have had a smooth changeover. Lewis Davey at the moment giving chase to Justin Robinson, trying to gauge his effort correctly. The Frenchman David Sombe has got Lewis Davis here, and Lewis Davis is pulling the rest of the field back into it. The Americans will be strong. They're always strong in the 4x4, but look at the Jamaicans on the charge. Sandrian Barnes on their third leg here, and they've got the individual champion Antonio Watson to come.
This is really good running here by the Americans, and the French are not out of this. Sombe moving clear into second place. And the Americans have Rai Benjamin on the anchor leg, and they will expect him to fly.
Antonio Watson has got a big old job to do here. You can see the yellow vest of Jamaica in fourth place at the moment. The Americans look home and dry. Rai Benjamin is so strong in the 4 hurdles, and I think that's exactly what you want on this third and final leg. Someone that's not going to crumble in the last 100 and the last 50. Rai Benjamin has gone through the 200-metre mark. It's the French team giving strength, giving chase. Theo Adant ran so well to qualify for them for this final. Watson pulling up alongside Rio Mitchum. Mitchum was part of the squad that picked up a silver medal in the mixed 4x4, and Mitchum at the moment holding off Watson. The individual champion is going to be a gold for the United States, a silver for France. Nobody would have predicted that, and another global medal for Lewis Davis and Rio Mitchum, a bronze for the men in the Great Britain squad.
I was watching the clock there. I wasn't sure perhaps whether we'd see a new world record 30 years on from that amazing quartet in Stuttgart. Not quite the world record, but a really, really good run by the Americans. Fabulous strength by Rio Mitchum on the anchor leg, because Antonio Watson worked really well to catch him, but he burnt all his energy in the first 200 metres, and the French front-loading their race with Vaillant and Biron. Vaillant ran brilliantly, and the French thoroughly deserve that silver. An excellent run from them, and that is why they're celebrating. Félicitations to the French. Mixed silver for the British 4x4, and now a men's 4x4 bronze. Come on, Davey, delighted. But once again, the Americans on top in a relay. Took both the 4x1s. They can't make it 4 in the relays because the American women were disqualified yesterday, but 3 out of 4 is not bad.